Okay, babes, this is in all signs for the week ahead, and that week is the 22nd of June onwards. So we will start with Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. What is coming towards Aries? What does Aries need to know for the week commencing the 22nd of June, please? Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising. Okay, we've got the Five of Cups, we've got the Page of Swords, and we've got the Three of Wands with the Tower at the bottom of the deck. So it feels to me like you're probably already in this Tower moment, to be honest with you. So I think that next week is going to be about you kind of coming to terms with it. I think that there is still going to be upset. There's still a bit of an energy misalignment there where you're focusing on whatever this Tower moment has done to cause some upheaval that you weren't necessarily expecting or you weren't prepared for. But I do think that as the week progresses, you will kind of transform that energy into more of a curiosity and an interest in what is to come for you, like what's next, and kind of building on your hopes, dreams, ambitions. So it does maybe feel like whatever issue has happened recently is going to bleed into the very beginning of the week, but I think it's necessary that you kind of bring that with you so that you can move on, from it and focus on these here, because I think that the rest of the week, you know, you do come out the other end a lot stronger from it. So you've obviously learned the lesson that needed to be taught. So overall, Aries, it might be a slightly bumpy beginning, but I think it's going to be a good one. Okay, Taurus. Let's do Taurus. So what is coming towards Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising for the week commencing the 22nd of June, please? What is coming towards Taurus? Ooh, lots of action. Wowzers. Okay. We've got the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Swords, and then we do have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck here. So I think that this week is, it's almost like a grappling with yourself and perhaps other people. I feel like there's a lot of noise from other people, a lot of opinions, a lot of input that you're not necessarily asking for, but the people who are doing it are quite direct. It could even be an authority figure. It could be your parents or like an older sister, older brother kind of vibe. That's what I'm getting. And I think that it is kind of, it's like pushing you away mentally. Like, I know that the Six of Swords is a very leaving the situation kind of card, but I don't feel like it's a physical leaving. I feel like it's more of like a mental or emotional shutting off from the other people who are just yapping in your ear about stuff that doesn't really concern them about your life, or when you've not really asked their opinion. So I would just be aware of that. The personalities around you do seem quite strong. So if that resonates for you, I would just kind of lean into the shutting it off emotionally and like energetically, and just kind of building that boundary, because I think that once you've got the boundary in place, you'll be less available to them. Do you know what I mean? And it won't be as much of a compulsion for those people or that person to have to constantly give you feedback, okay? Because it can be tiring. Okay, let's do Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising for the week commencing June the 22nd. That was quick. All right, Gemini, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Temperance, we've got the Death, we've got the Three of Swords. We do also have the Hermit card at the bottom of the deck here. Okay, so I wonder if there's going to be an outreach of could even be a physical gift. Someone could be sending you a physical gift, but I feel like it's more so, but maybe like a outreach or apology from someone from your past, or someone that you've been dealing with who's a bit of a dick, or has caused some upset for you. And I think that you're going to reject it, because although the Three of Swords is a very much a heartbreak card, I do also think that that heart is still beating, and it is still going, even though it's got these daggers right through it. So I think that you are just kind of repairing yourself. You're ready to move on. I think that your spirit guides, your angels, your intuition is all very aligned with this. Let's move on to the next place, because if you notice in both these cards, they have, you know, the same mountain in the background. Sorry, there and there. So I do think that you're very much moving towards some solitude. I do think that you're kind of choosing yourself, and you're choosing to reflect on what's just happened, where you've been, and whoever this person might be who might be reaching out to you. I think it's done. I think you're done. And yeah, I think it might be a little bit of a grey period for you, but I actually don't think you're wildly sad. I think you're kind of done with the emotional aspects of it, and you're just kind of moving into, right, what do I need to do to improve, you know? So I think that's overall very positive for you, Gemini. Okay, so let's move on to Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. We are moving into your season. So what is coming towards Cancer, please, for the week commencing the 22nd of June? Oh, do you know what? Nice. You have got the Fool, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Wands. And then at the bottom of the deck, oh, nice, there you are. You've got the King of Swords and the Chariot card. So your energy is really strong for that, which is good news. I think that you are, you're just trusting the process. It feels very on the brink of a upgrade, like a spiritual upgrade. It could be for many of you a relationship upgrade. Some of you may be getting proposed to this week. Some of you may be getting asked out on dates. Some of you may be getting results to exams and, you know, things like that, or signing up to a course. But for many of you, it feels like the very, very first step of a brand new physical and spiritual journey that I think you have been on the brink of, but just not quite being able to grasp for quite some time. And I think it's going to connect you to your higher knowledge more so than anything ever has done before. And I think that the action and the speed in which this is going to come in for you, and it's almost like it's going to light a fire under your ass. If you've been feeling a little bit unmotivated, not very disciplined, not very consistent, I think this week is going to be changing that for you completely. I think that you're going to become very disciplined. I think that you're going to become very like tactical. Is that the word I mean? Like tactical. I think that's the right word, where you're making choices and you're sticking to them, and you're making lists, and everything's very logical. And I think that's really exciting, and I think it's moving in really forward. You're definitely in a forward motion right now. So that seems very exciting for you, Cancer. If there's something that you're trying to manifest in, I think it's coming. All right, let's do Leo. So Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Just have a drink. Okay, Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please, for the week commencing the 22nd of June. What does Leo need to know? Okay, we've got the Seven of Wands, the Moon card, the Magician, and then we have got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So I think you're avoiding something. I think that you have some unfinished business emotionally, or something that you're not quite acknowledging. I think you know it's there, and that's why the Seven of Wands is here, because you don't want to deal with it. So you're probably a little bit snippy, or starting arguments with people who aren't necessarily trying to start an argument with you, but you're taking it that way. Okay, so maybe just a little bit argumentative, but I think it's because there is it feels quite overbearing, actually, like an overbearing awareness of something in you or around you that needs to change, but that you feel like you have no control over at all. What I'm here to say with this reading is, yes, you absolutely do have control over it. You do have control over it. With this Magician here and the Queen of Wands, you are the one who is in control of your next moves, of your next steps, of what you pour your energy into. And if you're not pouring your energy into what needs to have some attention right now, you're just going to stay stuck. You're going to stay in the same loop over and over and over again. And I think this is your sign, this is your reading to say, we're ready for a level up, we're ready for some more options now. And the path will clear up, and it will show you different options if you just look at it properly. I know that maybe sounds a little bit cryptic for the Leos there, but I think you do know what I'm talking about, and you just need to sit with whatever uncomfortable feeling that you're trying to avoid, because it's just going to fester and become a bigger problem if you don't, okay? All right, Virgo. Let's do Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising. For the week commencing the 22nd of June, please. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising for the week commencing the 22nd of June. All right, Virgo, you have got the Two of Swords, the Hanged Man, and you've got the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we've got the Four of Cups. Okay, so a blocked energy here. There's something blocking your connection to yourself. There's something blocking your forward movement. And there's something blocking your confidence and your independence. So I think, especially with this Four of Cups here, I think that perhaps, although he has got the 3 cups in front of him, so he's already said yes 3 times, I think it's not worked. It's not happening. Whatever it is that you're feeling blocked in, and you feel like you've put enough effort, or you feel like you've given enough thought to it, or allowed enough things in to help make a difference, I don't think it's quite there yet. The Two of Swords for me is very much an internal blockage. So that is telling me that you have got an inner wound or an inner belief system that is directly impacting what you're trying to do and your forward movement. So for example, if you're trying to set up a business, but you don't believe that you can be self-employed, or you haven't got enough time, or you haven't got the knowledge to do it, that is an internal block. So you need to try and work that out. It's very intuitive. Like, I think that you can do it fairly easily if you just allow yourself the belief, and don't be so stubborn. Like, don't be so set in your ways and inflexible. Like, sometimes you have to admit where things are going wrong so that you can put in a support system or a change, implement a change so that it can start to go right. Okay, Virgo? So I know that might not be exactly what you're wanting to hear, but I think with the right mindset, you can pull yourself out of that. So be excited. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising, please, for the week commencing the 22nd of June. What is coming towards Scorpio? What do they need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising for the week commencing the 22nd of June, please. Week commencing the 22nd of June. Whoop. All right, Scorpio. Well, there you are. Interesting energy for you. You've got the Four of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Death card at the bottom of the deck. So I do think that you're in probably right in the middle of a transformation right now. So this week is no different to what you've been experiencing. And if you've been kind of going through a bit of a rough patch, a bit of a challenging time, I don't think it's clearing up this week. However, I do actually think you're very protected. I do think you're very protected, and I think you're very well prepared for the discomfort and fallout that you might be in the midst of. I do think with the Two of Swords, even though I'm saying you're very well prepared, I do think you kind of stick your head in the sand a little bit, and it's almost as though you're kind of just like letting it all happen, and there's a big whirlwind around your head and you're just like not even paying attention to it, which is fine, but I do think it's going to catch up to you probably towards the weekend. I think there's going to be potentially some uncomfortable or difficult conversations or communications that you might need to engage in so that you can move out of this. And I do think you will be moving out of it towards the end of the week. I think it might be a bit of a bumpy ride with the Three of Swords there, but I do think that kind of once you've bitten the bullet and ripped off the plaster, ripped off the band-aid, whatever, I think you're going to move on and think, right, okay, I'm so glad I got that out of the way, because otherwise it's just going to drag on, and I know that you don't really want that. And I know it's frustrating, Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio rising myself. The transformations are never ending, and it's tiring, so I do understand. Oh, excuse me. All right, Libra. I think I might have got this in the wrong order today. Anyway, 1726. Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is coming towards Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week commencing the 22nd of June, please? Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, you've got some options. We've got the Seven of Cups, we've got the Six of Pentacles, and we've got the Two of Cups with the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. What I will say with these options is they are not all created equal, okay? There is going to be some options that carry more weight for you than others. There are going to be some options that are frivolous and not worth your time, and there's going to be some options that look a lot better than they are, and then also vice versa. They look a bit naff, but actually they're very valuable. And this is a week for you to use your discernment and build connections with people who are going to help you make these choices, and they need to be the right type of people, because obviously when you're doing stuff for yourself, you're making decisions, you're making changes, some people can be a little bit jealous. I haven't got any jealousy cards here right now for you, to be fair. However, I do think that your mental ability to read other people is getting strengthened this week in respect of you being able to make some choices. And I think it's really important for you to discuss these opportunities with trusted people and trusted connections, because I think they're going to give you a perspective you maybe didn't have yourself. So it seems very exciting, really exciting. You've got the whole world is your oyster, it feels like, Libra. So the message here is discernment, and don't be fooled by pretty packaging. Okay, that's what I'm feeling like you need to hear. All right, Libra, I hope that makes sense. Right, we've got Sagittarius next. Raju Saggies. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. For the week commencing the 22nd of June. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Oh, nice. For the week commencing the 22nd of June. Lovely. I think you're choosing yourself. 4 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and then the 9 of Pentacles. I think that you're choosing yourself this weekend. I think you're putting love and celebration and effort into you and what you want. And that in turn is turning into a little bit of reflection and looking back on how maybe you've treated other people or how they've treated you, and that has brought you into today. So I think actually it seems really positive. I think that, yeah, okay, the 7 of Swords can be a bit of a little sneaky Samuel sometimes, but on this occasion, I do actually think that it is just you being a little bit selfish out of necessity and probably out of, it's about time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just think you've been waiting for it. You've been waiting for the time to actually celebrate yourself and celebrate your own accomplishments, because you have accomplished so much. Especially with this 9 of Pentacles here, like he is quite literally looking at all of the hard work he's put in to building this up and growing it. And what I think it might do is it's probably going to give you some what's the word I'm looking for? Some information, that's not the word, but I hope you get the gist, of things in the past that have helped you get to this point. So it's going to help you reflect and be aware of the people that have helped you, the situations that have helped you, what has helped you grow. And although some of those situations may not have been fun to live in the moment, I think that they are 100% why you're here. And it's going to give you clarity. It's going to give you a real sense of accomplishment this weekend, I think, this week. So yeah, enjoy it. Then we've got Capricorn. Right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising. What is coming towards Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for the week commencing the 22nd of June? I'm really sorry if you can hear that gross noise. My dog has got a cold. And he just gets a bit snotty, so apologies. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising for the week commencing the 22nd of June, please. Oh, you've got the 9 of Pentacles as well, Queen of Pentacles. And the Magician. Oh, the Devil is there though. Right, so 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles and the Magician card for you, with the Devil at the bottom of the deck. So again, I think that this is a really positive week for you. This is a week of celebration. This is a week of recognizing how far you've come, your accomplishments, and recognizing and understanding the power of your manifestation abilities. That is 100% a solid week. And then he's here. One thing I have noticed with Capricorn energy is that it can slip into like an unhealthy way of expressing themselves. So, you know, whether that is overworking, whether that is putting more pressure on themselves when they've just hit a goal, or whether that is them celebrating with toxic tendencies. Do you know what I mean? Like, it does feel as though your ability to keep a hold of the positive energy does seem to slip when you're really in a really winning space. So you've won the race and then you go out and get wasted for the whole weekend and go missing or whatever. Might be fun in the moment for you, but it's a toxic coping mechanism at the end of the day. Or, you know, you've spent all this time and energy achieving a goal that you forget to enjoy the accomplishment in the moment, and you're straight on to the next thing, and you're just going to burn yourself out. You're forgetting about the people around you who also want to spend time with you and celebrate your accomplishments. So just something to keep in mind, Capricorn, that you are allowed to just enjoy the moment while it's happening before you set up the next thing. Okay. All right, Aquarius. Let's do Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising for the week commencing the 22nd of June, please. Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. Oh, lovely. Really good energy for you here. We've got the 8 of Wands, we've got the 4 of Wands, we've got the Emperor, and then at the bottom we have got the Wheel of Fortune. Excellent. I think there's really fast moving incoming communication coming for you. If you are single, I don't think you will be, or you'll definitely be in demand this week if you are a single Aquarian. I also think that you hold a lot more power than you're aware of. Like, I think the cards that in your hands are very good. It's like a royal flush, you know, in poker. So I think that you've got, this is the week that you need to go in with full confidence, ask for your pay rise, ask for your promotion, go and make sure that you get an interview for that new job. Go and speak to that person you've been putting off talking to. Go start a new gym class. Go and make the first step towards your new business. You know, anything that you've been thinking about doing, this is the week for you to go and do it, because people are going to naturally be drawn towards your energy. Your energy is very elevated. It's very confident. It's very, a little bit bullish perhaps, but I always think that that comes across quite well. A little bit of arrogance never hurt anyone, obviously the right amount. And I think with the Wheel of Fortune here as well, I just don't think you can make the wrong choice here. If something feels like it's going wrong or it's not gone how you hoped it would in the moment, remember that rejection is God's protection. And I think that that is the wheel working in your favour. So that's not the right thing for you. Let's move on quickly so I can get this good thing to come in for you. So I think that that's where you're headed, Aquarius, which is delicious. I wish I was an Aquarius, Sun, Moon or Rising, but I'm not, sadly. Right, we have got Pisces, last but not least. Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising. What is coming towards Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising for the week commencing the 22nd of June? We have got a Tower moment for you, Pisces. Okay, I think it's a good one. Tower, I've been calling this 7 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles this whole reading. Sorry if you've been watching other things. Sorry, this is the 8 of Pentacles and then we've got the 9 of Cups. We've also got the Page of Cups. So Pisces, here you are at the bottom of the deck. I think this is real positive. I actually do. I think it's chaotic. Don't get me wrong with this Tower card here. I think there's something potentially happening that you've maybe don't see coming, but I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I actually think that this could be a bit of a whirlwind situation where someone or something or even yourself is recognizing and acknowledging your craft, your skill set, something that you work on with passion is being noticed. If this is something that you're doing visibly, so like you're online or you're trying to, I don't know, start up a podcast, you're putting videos out on social media, that sort of thing, you're getting noticed, you're getting watched. And I think that you may even start to receive some offers coming in. If you have got a manifestation list, a goal list, anything that you're working towards, I would just read through it again and see how many of those things can be checked off, because I think the list is working, okay? And I think you're going to be receiving offers. I think you might even be signing contracts here with that Justice card at the bottom of the deck. I think that moves are going to be happening this week. And it might come a little bit out of nowhere for you, or you're not really expecting it. So don't allow yourself to get overwhelmed with the possibility, because I think it's actually a really good thing for you. And to lean into it is to accept the power, okay? So that's exciting. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to book a private reading with me, the links are all in my bios, and you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok for daily collectives. Okay, bye.